Anyway.
Are we recording now? Is this...
Well, I think we're all here, are we not?
We're all here. Well, I'm here.
I'm here.
Euan's here. Al's in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Al's not on the call, is he?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hey, Al.
Yeah, he's there.
I'm assuming the room service will arrive at some point during the show.
I've already eaten everything, I'm afraid.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's what happens when he gets all laid on. Doesn't have to make his own steak pie and chips. Gets it served to him.
I can just picture Al just like laid out on a bed in a hotel room, just surrounded by empty packets of pasties and pies and stuff. Cans of Newcastle Brown Ale just strewn everywhere.
Pretty much.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I bet that room's honking.
Gets cleaned every day.
Yeah, it gets cleaned every day. You can just imagine some poor little maid kind of going downstairs every day after a shift, kind of going, I'm cleaning out cans of Newcastle Brown Ale every day. Every day in that room.
Welcome to the Conquistadores! Tonight, the Conquistadores enter the Lethal Lottery to fight their way to Battlebowl for Starrcade 1991. First out of the tombola, Phil the Butchered Oil, Firebreaker Cameron Phillips, Euan Thunder Taylor, and Geordie out of Melbourne. Only tonight on the Conquistadores.
Anyway, wrestling, yeah?
Let's get into wrestling. Right. Well, I think we used the term wrestling advisedly for this show, don't we?
Usually, yeah. Now, the story behind this is, anyone who wasn't listening last month, is the fact that we actually had a listener request.
I want to kill this listener.
No.
No. We need them all. We need them all.
Let's wait
till this one. This one can go.
Can we wait till we get to like the thousands? Then we can start indiscriminately killing them.
No. For this show, he deserves it.
It's a bit harsh.
That's really harsh. Anyway, Simon Stevens wrote to us and said, why not do Starrcade 1991 Battlebowl Lethal Lottery, which was from the Norfolk Scope Arena on December the 29th, 1991, and the whole premise is that it is random tag teams.
Tonight, 40 of the top WCW wrestlers will be picked at random to wrestle in a unique tag team format. Then the winners advance to the Battle Bowl, where only one man stands as the winner in Starrcade 91, the Lethal Lottery.
Now, I think this is quite... this is the pick and all that, but it's quite interesting we've done the show after Royal Rumble 92, because they're only about 2 months apart, aren't they?
Yeah, because this is just shortly after Ric Flair left, they were to go to the WWE.
So this is like a weird kind of comparison between where the two companies are at this.
And my God, there's quite a void.
Yeah. But I also saw this message from Simon Stevens, old two names as we'll call him from now on. And I sort of think, early WCW, like 80 stuff, I don't think, across the board with this, we haven't really got that much of a memory of it because it wasn't really available like the WWF was. Correct?
No, nowhere near.
So I saw the email thing, I kind of got the gist of the concept. All the wrestlers enter the lottery to form tag teams, then they go off into a battle royal to pick a winner. I was like, oh, great. That doesn't sound like too bad of a concept. You got the tag teams is like different mix of characters and all that, and then you got like the thing at the end, so that's cool. So I was like willing to give this a go, and then I saw the opening credits, and it's like, fine, CGI ring, bit weird, but we'll go with it. Mm-hmm. And then there's the shot of the arena, and I saw right bang in the middle 2 rings.
Yes.
And I was like, why are there 2 rings there? I didn't think they were going to have 2 rings. I don't remember reading about them having 2 rings. Why are there 2 rings? And then Tony Schiavone, because he's on the commentary team tonight with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone explains the rules, and I just slowly sink into my sofa going, how could you ruin such a simple concept?
Can I explain the rules to the Battle Bowl?
Can we not save the rules to Battle Bowl to the Battle?
we've got all the tag. The rules at the moment for the first part is that there are 40 wrestlers.
That's a loose term.
Yeah, each will form 20 teams. There'll be tag team matches, and the 10 tag team matches, and the teams that win will both be put through to the finale of the evening, which is the Battle Bowl itself.
Yep.
The rules of the Battle Bowl, I think we should probably cover when we come to cover the Battle Bowl match later on.
Yeah, I have an angry vitriolic rant for that.
Fun.
So that means this pay-per-view is called Starrcade 91 Battle Bowl, the Lethal Lottery. That's what got 2 hyphens and a semicolon.
2 hyphens and a semicolon, yeah. So grammatical genius is over at WCW.
Why have you got to overcomplicate things?
Because,
as Avril Lavigne said, why have you got to be so complicated?
Really?
You know, because the Royal Rumble works because it's simple.
Yeah.
Every 4 minutes. Well, yeah, I say 4, but you know what I mean.
2.5.
A guy goes to the ring, and then someone else goes to the ring, and then they all get chucked out, and there's one left at the end. Boom. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
But when you got Tony Schiavone explaining it, it's like, oh, God. And I just thought this is going to go bad really quickly.
I have put in my notes here that if you have to spend more than 10 seconds explaining the rules, then you're probably going wrong somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Schiavone and JR are on commentary tonight, as you say. Our commissioner of the evening is Magnum TA, and who doesn't do an awful lot.
Or speak.
Or even speak.
Or emote.
You've got Schiavone and Ross at ringside. Well, rings side. And up top somewhere, you've got the lottery being drawn live, which I want to come back to in a second, by Eric Bischoff in full-on Huckster salesman mode.
Yes.
Missy Hyatt,
who's a lot of 80s frizz going on.
Oh yes,
a lot of 80s frizz, and Magnum TA just kind of stood there.
Just there, really, just for the sake of being there.
So they're pulling the names out for the teams to be competing in the tournament. Now, I couldn't find anything definitive to say whether or not this was a work or a shoot. Do you boys know?
It must be a work.
It has to be a work, surely.
It's such a work.
There's no way
I'm sure.
they would trust an entire random live pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I'm sure I read somewhere that the first one was a shoot.
Probably.
And then after that it was a work. But I can't find that for definite.
Then they realised hey, why do this when we can control things and still make it random?
Yeah.
Well, funny you should say that.
Oh?
Alan's got his own Battle Bowl Lethal Lottery.
Oh no.
I thought I'd do this in terms of research to show you the randomness of it all.
Okay.
Right. Strap in, folks.
We're ready for this?
Go on.
Right. I don't think I'll ever be ready for it, but go.
These are the 10 random drawn matches. I've used the roster of today.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's see who would win this then. Okay. Match number 1.
Okie dokes.
Fandango and The Miz versus Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh, whoa.
Go the Punjabi Playboy. Is that his name? I'm not sure, but go for it.
we go for Jinder Mahal, yeah? Okay.
I'm Team Jinder. That's it. That's who it was. I knew it was somebody.
They all look the same. Phil Royal 2017.
Right, carry on.
We've got Dolph Ziggler and Titus O'Neil versus Jeff Hardy and Baron Corbin.
Oh my god.
Wow. I'd take that as a team.
That kind of works, actually. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Right.
So we go for Jeff Hardy, yeah, no?
Yeah, let's go for Jeff and Baron Corbin in that one. Yeah.
Next, we've got Jey Uso and Mark Henry.
Oh god.
I put him in because this Lethal Lottery's got their strongest man, so I thought we'll have our strongest man.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yeah, makes sense.
Versus Sheamus and Goldust.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh, they'd be called Shea Dust.
Which is quite interesting since Goldust is in this tournament as well.
So is a dog.
The dog loves that idea.
They would totally be called Shea Dust.
Shea Dust.
And also, Jey Uso was part of one of the best jokes on SmackDown when the fashion police Breezango said that they were going to get caught jaywalking and Jimmy walking.
Yeah. I have to say the fashion police are the best thing on SmackDown by like miles at the moment.
They're just the best thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So who's next, Al?
They're still coming up. In the next match, we've got Carl Anderson and Kevin Owens
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be good.
Not bad.
Versus
Double K.
Tyler Breeze and Brock Lesnar.
Well, this show's peaked already.
Oh my god.
Who we're going for on that one?
Lesnar. Come on.
And Tyler Breeze. I can't quite believe I'm saying
Oh, this is the dogs.
Breezner.
This is the total dogs bollocks of the night.
Oh no.
We've got Kalisto teaming up with the Ascension's Victor.
Oh god.
To take on Mojo Rawley and Apollo Crews.
Oh my god.
Weren't they actually a team at some point, those two?
Probably in Ring of Honor or something like that.
Like NXT, that sounds like a team. Oh god. That first team.
Both teams, it's the Jobber Express.
Yeah. I think I just put. I've got a soft spot for the Ascension, so I'll put them through.
Can we have hang on a minute? Can we have one DQ match where both are DQ'd, therefore eliminated already, so something gets a
No,
bye?
doesn't happen in the Battle Bowl, does it? Doesn't happen in the Lethal Lottery. You'll go through.
Damn it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Match number 6. See Cesaro and Luke Gallows.
Okay.
That's alright, yeah.
Not bad.
Aiden English and Randy Orton.
Oh god.
Oh.
I feel sorry for Aiden.
I do a bit,
I quite like the Vaudevillains.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a bit peeved that apparently his new kind of character, the sort of vain, kind of emotional guy, is apparently a piss take on Maranello.
Wow. Of course I
Apparently,
about that.
apparently it's there in joke, as in a kind of like, oh, what a flaky idiot he is.
typical
Which is
Vince man.
lovely for anti-bullying, inclusion.
Bully somebody.
Be a
Guys-
star.
A guy's got depression, so we'll just take the piss out of him as soon as he leaves the company. Yeah, well done. Anyway, our next one.
Perfect sense.
The next one's very interesting.
Ooh,
We have Matt Hardy and Finn Balor.
Ooh.
yeah, I'd take
taking
that.
on Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns.
Oh god.
Oh. Weren't they a team?
You say everyone's a team.
No, like Reigns and Rowan were. Oh no, there might have been. I'm thinking of when John Cena was on Survivor Series, and if he lost, they all lost their jobs.
We're going way back for that one.
Roman Reigns.
But
No, I
I'm thinking
don't-
Reigns
I
might have still been in the
Reigns,
Shield then. part of
I
the Shield?
think you're right.
Because I remember like Reigns, Rowan and Ziggler and Cena was they were all kind of like teamed up, weren't they?
Yes.
There was that Survivor Series when Big Show turned on Cena again.
Again.
No, but
That might be, but the Broken Demon. I'll take the Broken Demon there.
Oh, the broken
I like it.
demon is. Oh yes, I like that. Yeah. Let's go. Next match.
it was Luke Harper and Jimmy Uso
Oh god.
versus Braun Strowman and Dean Ambrose.
Just imagine Luke Harper dressed like an Uso. The face paint and all sorts. I'll take that. That'd be awesome. It'd be face Uso, obviously, not heel Uso.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'll take it.
Right.
But you got to put the monster among men through, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because he'll just push an ambulance over, and that'd be it.
Match number 9 says your friend Shinsuke Nakamura, if I've said that right.
No, but carry on.
And he's teaming up with the Ascension's Connor
Oh god.
Oh, beautiful.
Can you imagine Shinsuke's face?
to take on the team of Bray Wyatt and R-Truth.
Oh.
The Eater of Truth.
Who we go for on that one?
Nakamura just.
Shinsuke Nakamura, obviously, of
truth
course.
in his hands. He's got the whole.
And the final match of the night sees Sami Zayn team up with Sin Cara
Oh god.
to take on AJ Styles and The Big Show.
Let alone
The
the
phenomenal
It'd be
show.
worth it that would only be worth it for the Sami Zayn AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got their
Oh,
tag team name for Big Show and Edge Styles, Big Aiden Smalls. Thank you.
Hey.
Nailed it.
So that's the Lethal Lottery. So if that was legit, and if that was put a pay-per-view on tomorrow, that's what you would get.
They did that kind of once. They've kind of done that a few times before. It was called Taboo Tuesday.
But I think where the difference is here, like with the roster that WWE have got at the moment, you could make it work. where we are back in '92 with WCW.
with such great stars as El Gigante.
Well, the first match, drawn randomly.
Representing team number 1, the first athlete, Michael P.S. Hayes. His tag team partner, Tracy Smothers. Representing the opponents in this first contest, team number 2, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. His tag team partner will be Freebird Jimmy Jam Garvin.
Yeah, I want to talk about the fantastic way that the 40 wrestlers are introduced to us.
Oh, go on, yes.
So we cut to a shot of Eric Bischoff. He's hyping up the Battle Bowl. Meanwhile, Missy Hyatt and McIntyre are deciding what they want for dinner, because I don't know what they're doing.
Essentially, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Bischoff stops speaking, and the camera stays on them for a good 10 seconds while everyone looks awkwardly at each other going, what do we do now?
Starrcade 91 Battle Bowl, where tonight the lethal lottery will determine the fate of these 40 WCW superstars.
And then we cut to the ramp, where 2 black curtains rise, and on what looks like bleachers, for want of a better term, all 40 people are there, and then some mistimed shitty pyro goes off.
Yes.
Who's got the dog, for God's sake?
Sorry.
He was upset about the pyro, but yeah, I mean, to be fair to him, having 40 guys on stage is an impressive sight.
Without the stage collapsing, yeah.
Sorry, was anyone else going, are they going to be there all night?
Because what they do is they then go off to the heel and the face locker rooms, don't they?
Yes.
Because you've got all the faces in one room and all the heels in the other room, and they're just kind of sat there waiting to be drawn. And then the names get read out, and then they just kind of walk to the ring.
They sort of saunter to the ring, kind of like, oh, for God's sake, I have to work now.
They don't even get any entrances.
You're just kind of like coming out halfway, as to someone else is getting
In fact,
announced.
until the actual Battle Bowl match itself, no one gets an on-screen graphic of their name.
Nope, no one at all.
That's very true.
There's some names that you're like, kind of, if you didn't know them, you kind of mishear and you go, who?
Who?
Yeah.
And it takes the ages to work out who it is. I'm thinking particularly of Firebreaker Chip.
Oh, God.
Because for ages I was like, that can't be his name.
That's what his trousers said.
Yes, I know. And then I noticed the trousers, like, oh, shit, it is.
And then, they walk down to the ramp, kind of like, who's like awkwardly kind of going, is it me? Is it definitely me? And they go, walk to the ramp, stop, walk off the ramp, go around the first ring and into the second ring, because they've got 2 rings there all good evening.
Yep.
Yes.
All night long, as Lionel Richie said once.
Can I just start off wondering if the dark match was somebody versus Kermit the Frog? Because one of the rings seems covered in green substance.
I noticed that. Yeah, I was wondering what the hell it was.
It must have been the Green Mist. They must have had the Great Kabuki over for a match with the same ring.
When it was in the dark match.
Maybe you can guarantee they wouldn't have spent money cleaning the canvas between matches, would they?
That's true.
So probably the last match was used. The Great Kabuki just misted somebody. It's like, we'll just be right. Just stick it in the bin, boys. Stick it in the truck. Take it to the next town.
Yeah, it's not good. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So first out of the tombola.
Yes.
Michael P.S. Hayes.
Yep.
And Tracy Smothers versus Marcus Bagwell, not Buff Bagwell,
Yes.
Marcus Bagwell.
Not even Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
He hasn't hit the juice yet. He can't be buff yet.
He looks like he hasn't hit bloody puberty yet.
He is a small boy at this point.
He's like tiny.
And Jimmy Jam Garvin. This is the first contest where you've got 2 tag team partners on opposing sides.
You'd have Freebird versus Freebird.
Intrigue.
And it's exactly what they're building up to, and you know it's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone else think that Jimmy Garvin looks like a white head shrinker?
I've just written down, he's got some look to him.
He has a bit, yeah. It's
He's got some
unbelievable.
look. And this is where you kind of get also now to the problems with having 2 rings. Number 1, the camera angles are rubbish because it's off to one side.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they've really got 2 cameramen ringside.
I suspect they've only got the one guy who just kept having to run around against WCW.
No, there's one dude at the side with the ponytail who's got a steady camera.
Oh.
He just kind of walks up and down.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's the other guy with shorts on who's kind of like stood right on the ring apron for most of the match, so the guys can't hit the ropes properly.
Yep.
And like those are basically your 2 camera angles, like a weird half-angled hard cams picture, and then some dude with a steady cam who just kind of walks up and down, doesn't really warrant having the steady cam, and then there's other dudes with shorts who also falls over at one point.
He does.
He does. Is
I
that,
laughed
and
so
when
hard.
Steamboat walks past?
Yeah,
Yeah,
knocks them over.
yeah.
And then you just have this kind of
Thing.
of an opening sequence of just...
I've just put here lots of stalling by Smothers, which is a quote from Schiavone, and he's bloody right.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is painful. Bagwell's
Yeah.
speed just about overcomes Tracy Smothers, whatever it is. And then it's just like, this match is practically in reverse. And
Yeah.
they're obviously building up to Garvin versus Michael P.S. Hayes, which actually at one point does happen, but they exchange about 2 arm bars, have a little dance, and then bugger off in opposite directions again.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? Because they talk about non-tags. Like, no one really wants to tag each other because they're not tag team people.
Yeah, exactly. Schiavone tries to have this whole kind of theory at one stage. It's like kind of going, oh, you might get people who don't want to tag because they'd rather just do the job themselves and go to Battle Bowl that way. And
Yeah,
they won't
the other
fuss
person goes
apart.
anyway.
Yeah, it's like the other person's going to come with you anyway, so...
And they're going to be arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've written down here, like, this is a house show match. No heat,
It
no
is
pace.
it is just
playing around.
And it goes 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's another problem
It's
with
quite
this
a
match.
long time, isn't
It's
it?
terrible. I'm trying to remember the ending here.
Ross, it's a
Smothers
perfect
tries to moonsault.
Yeah, that's it. I've got P.S. Hayes comes in and whacks Bagwell back, but then whacks Garvin by accident. So the Freebirds argue because P.S. Hayes has punched Jimmy Garvin by accident. Smothers goes aerial after Bagwell, but he misses it, and then Bagwell fisherman suplex Smothers for 3, whilst the Freebirds are jawing to one side. So therefore, Bagwell and Michael P.S. Hayes end up in the Battle Bowl.
Yay.
Not Michael P.S. Hayes, and Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin and Bagwell.
Bagwell.
PS is probably hit another
But-
bowl later on that night.
Probably, yes.
To have this as your opening match, I mean, the Freebirds were getting on at this point, but they're still like a hot act. So they get like
Yeah.
a big pop when they come out.
Yeah, this crowd all night is great. I have to admit, the crowd are absolutely hot and also very
They're going
80s-tastic.
nuts.
No matter what shite they get put in front of them.
Exactly. But it's because they're from
You
the south and they
don't-
don't care.
The crowd only wake up for Sting.
Of course.
That's it. It's
I just-
all they do.
I just
At the
think
beginning, there's some guy holding a poster that says, "Where's the warrior?"
That
with
was
a picture of the
funny.
Ultimate Warrior on it.
I like that.
Dear God.
Yeah.
it's
Talking about
very-
posters, by the way, did anyone see the... I don't know if it's after this match or whatever, but at one point in between matches, when the camera goes to Schiavone and JR, there's a guy in the background who puts on like his hotel room, his hotel address,
Yes, that's from Medusa.
and says, yeah, and then Medusa, and then says, oh, the keys are under the mat, baby. Yeah.
That guy
because-
got a lot of unwanted callers.
yeah, it's like going, she's going to look at you and be overcome with lust, mate, isn't she? Jesus, wet.
Was
That-
the hotel address Kent by any chance?
Funny you should say that, Al, because it is a Holiday Inn.
Wow.
So, if you get a knock on your door tonight, Al,
Let's get on to the next
I
match.
just think it's very hard to invest yourself in a 15-minute match where there's nothing on the line. You don't care about anyone because none of them are proper teams. The wrestling's average is not particularly good. So why do you want to sit and watch that for 15 minutes?
yeah,
Because you've got to suffer through this to get to the good stuff. Apparently.
Because Alan, you made me watch the Bushwhackers versus the Rougeaus, not the Rougeaus, the
The
Beverly
Bentley
Brothers.
Brothers. To be fair,
That's why you're watching this, because I had to watch
legendary.
that.
that was about 15 minutes as well, actually.
Anyways,
And-
yeah, of course, it drags out as much as that match does. It's
And that
terrible.
was two
So,
uncoordinated tag teams going at it.
there's a bit during this though where Schiavone does say animosity doesn't always lend itself to a good wrestling match, and I've just
No
put,
shit.
It bloody helps. So
But there's, like, do you think like there doesn't seem much chemistry between Schiavone and Ross? 'Cause they kind of have these bits in between. They kind of cut to them between the matches, don't they? And they just kind of sat there ringside.
Schiavone I know it's not going to come across on a podcast, but Schiavone looks like he's just contemplating ending it all the way through
Yeah,
this
like-
show. He's
That
never
smile.
looking directly at the camera. He's just looking down at the floor, going, Oh, Jesus Christ, why am I here?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I think when I started watching it, I posted that picture on our Twitter, him just kind of grimacing at the camera.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly. That's the
God.
one. He's just kind of grimacing, kind of going, "Oh, gotta get through this."
He started the commentating on the Royal Rumble.
He did.
No,
yeah.
I'm lying. That was 90. Sorry, we're a year ahead. But
I
about a
remember
year
with,
earlier, or
Jesse
so, he
Ventura.
was on. He was in WWE, so then he went back. He went to WCW. So sorry,
I remember that. That's like one of the first people I watched that Rumble with him and Ventura. On
yeah,
the,
1990. So we're nearly 2 years away from that now. But
Yeah.
he must have fond memories.
Next out of the glittery tombola.
Yes.
Let's get ready for match number 2. Our first contestant will be... Come on, Missy. Stunning Steve Austin. His partner in this matchup will be Ravishing Rick Rude. They will be facing Heavy Metal Van Hammer. And all the way from the Pacific Northwest, Big Josh. Let's do it.
Big Josh, best name ever.
But
Big Josh.
do you know who Big Josh is?
I know who he is.
No, I don't.
Oh, can I take a guess?
Go.
You like his theme music, Cam?
Oh, that's kind of ruined it. I was going to say, is he Tugboat?
No. Doink the Clown.
No.
Is he?
The original Doink the Clown.
All
The
right.
original heel Doink.
What, Matt
Player
Bourne?
1.0.
Yep.
Matt Bourne, yeah.
Really? Would
That's
not have
why
known
when
that.
he's in the ring with Rude and things like Josh isn't bad. He's just like in a rubbish gimmick of being like a lumberjack.
Dancing
Yeah, he
Bear.
does look a bit like a lumberjack, yeah.
Is that what he is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's fair to say he's a lumberjack and he's not okay.
No, he's
Okay.
probably regretting life at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But yeah, he'd be what? 2 years' time, he'd be the heel Doink
Yep.
yeah.
in the Glory feud with Crush.
Wow.
Hey, don't slag Crush. He was one of my childhood favourites.
I know.
He was shit.
He was shit looking back
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but
But also, you've got in what would in 10 years' time would be the biggest wrestler in the world.
What, Van
Stunning
Hammer?
Steve Austin.
Oh,
Yes, Van Hammer.
yeah, heavy metal man Van Hammer.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with hair.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
It's very jarring to see him with hair. And it was luscious hair as well.
You can tell it's going though.
he had,
This one,
he
can
had
you?
hair for a good. He's only really went bald when he started in the WWF
Yeah.
because he still had long hair when he was in ECW in between the two.
Yes, the transition period.
Yeah.
You could kind of tell it was
That's
like
7
bald
months.
long hair though, couldn't you?
The 7 months he was in ECW and wrestled 3 matches. That one. But yeah, he still had it. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of all the way through this match see parts of what made Stone Cold, or what's going to make Stone Cold so good.
Yep.
Because he is intense as hell.
Oh, yes.
And he is
It's
just...
a much more of a step up, isn't it, from the first match,
Oh,
intensity-wise?
God, exactly, yeah. And how good is Rick Rude?
Rick Rude is the man.
So good.
Rick Rude's amazing. You can sort of see why. I think apparently it was a defined decision to put Stunning Steve Austin and Rick Rude together in the Dangerous Alliance because Rick Rude was going to show him the rope. Well, literally show
Yeah.
him, but you know what I mean?
But as a teacher, it's like, he's fantastic to learn from.
Yep, exactly. It's cool.
There's even one great bit, isn't it? Like a bit where I think it's Big Josh hits him in the stomach, but Rick Rude's like, "No, I've got abs of steel. You can't hurt my abs."
Yeah, he completely no-sells.
Just no-sells it.
Yeah, and then just rolls
But
his
you believe it because he looks so good. You're like, "Yeah, look at those abs.
Yeah.
They could deflect a punch."
he was sculpted by Michelangelo.
He was.
That's a lyric from his theme music. Not that we ever got any theme music at this pay-per-view.
No, we didn't. No, not at all. Not at all.
And also, ringside, you got Paulie Daintree knocking about with his mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's great.
like you got like a nucleus of a great heel stable right there, haven't you?
Yep.
Oh, it's an amazing heel.
And opposite it, you've got two dudes with really bad gimmicks.
Yep. So they're not going to do anything.
Nope.
Why?
So it's
Why did it take Austin and Rude so long to fucking beat them?
Because they have to first of all they first of all scout at their opponents, and also they have to fill time
Yeah, I think the latter one is more likely.
because of what was coming next.
Yes. There's a. Are we just skipping to the ending of this one?
yeah,
What
Rude
was
Awakening,
the
bang,
finish I
finishes.
can't remember the finish to that one.
The finish is
I
that
didn't witness.
Van Hammer's in, and he gets a power slam and a shoulder tackle in, on Austin, but in that process, Rude's blind tagged Austin, and
That's right.
Van Hammer doesn't realise. So he's too busy sort of jawing and then celebrating the fact that he's kicking in Austin, and Rude just turns around, Rude awakens him, and then pins him for 3.
The classic dumb heel.
Job
dumb
done.
face, sorry.
Yeah, it's a dumbass face who obviously didn't fucking notice that his opponents had tagged out. And that's it. So
this was the high point of Van Hammer, wasn't it? Like I don't remember him being anybody.
There was
else
no
or...
high point for Van Hammer.
there was never a high point. I think Van Hammer just was a strange flat line all the way through his career.
But he seemed to stay around for a lot because Van Hammer's a playable character on WCW Revenge.
Well, that's what happens when you've got guaranteed contracts.
Al, if I told you, WCW are not great on decisions of like letting people go in that sense when they're crap. WCW only seemed to let people go when they were half decent. Let's not forget that Repo Man was still employed by WCW in 1999.
Wait, what?
He was
Yes, he was.
An actual truth.
Repo Man was still on WCW's roster in 1999.
I remember seeing him on Thunder.
Smash.
He was called Hole-in-One Barry Darslow or something like that.
He was, yeah. He had a golfing gimmick.
Oh, God.
And he brought
Vodka and white, eh?
yeah. It was amazing.
I can't believe that's.
It was.
And you wonder why the company went bust.
Exactly.
Maybe the next match will point to more reasons why they should have gone bust.
Well, indeed.
Round 3 with the lethal lottery. The first contestant in this tag team, the Natural, Dustin Rhodes. His partner, Richard Morton. In this contest, they will be facing the Cruncher, Larry Zbyszko. His partner is going to be a 7 foot, 7 inches tall, El Gigante.
Can I point out, by the way, that it was really, really nice of Magnum TA to be the surrogate parent for Shawn Michaels' ponytail. Because that thing was obviously donated in an operation and was grafted onto Shawn Michaels' head.
Grafted onto Michael's head. I really liked, there's some point in it, some dudes wear a Magnum TA t-shirt, but it's done like the Top Gun logo, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take that as a t-shirt, but Commissioner TA, no thank you.
No, not really.
We have the Natural Dustin Rhodes.
Yes.
Teaming up with Robert Morton, not Bobby Morton,
No.
Robert, because he's a heel at the moment.
You're not Richard Morton.
Yeah, it's Richard,
Is it
Morton.
Richard
It's
Morton?
Richard Morton.
And Robert.
Okay, I'll do that again then.
It's
The Natural Dustin Rhodes with Richard Morton.
nice
Thank
editing, Phil.
you. Thank you very much. With Larry Zbyszko and El Gigante.
Oh.
Surely at this point, Alan punched the air.
I punched my TV.
What I love is like because you see this in the locker room, and I think they tell Giant Gonzalez, and he's Argentinian. And I can barely understand what's going on anyway. And it takes a good couple of goes to get him out of the locker room.
Yeah, everyone's kind of prodding him, going, "Your turn now."
It's your turn, my boy. Come on, Gigante, off you go. But I quite like how Zbyszko kind of deals with this because he's like standing on the bottom rope to kind of get high enough to talk to him.
It would have been fun if we got a step ladder.
Because Zbyszko's obviously, he's the kind of grizzled veteran. He's going to eat what he can out of this.
Of course.
And I think his kind of like, I can't even say chemistry though, Gigante, because Gigante just kind of stands there, just like
It's
kind of
the really polar opposite of chemistry, isn't it?
yeah.
Whatever that
the
is.
opposite of chemistry is. Zbyszko's really trying, and Gigante's just like a lamppost that's just been maneuvered to the ring.
You're besmirching lampposts now. Come on.
Sorry. He's like one of those wooden Indians you see in old cartoons. That's like outside shop.
Just selling cigar.
Yeah, just kind of put there.
Yeah.
Whilst this match happens in the ring. There's one bit I quite like where Rhodes tags in Morton, and then Zbyszko tags in Gigante. So Morton just turns around, and tags in Rhodes.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
That's a good spot. That was.
I've got a note at the start of this that says Medusa's look of disgust towards Gigante kind of sums up my feelings about this pay-per-view. Because she does give him a proper
like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because like, what happens? I remember like Rhodes looks good. You can't argue that he's not good.
Rhodes
but
good.
Here,
Rhodes.
there's just nothing to him right now, is there? There's just nothing to him at all.
He's basically just like
character-wise.
character A in like some random wrestling match right at this point.
He's the guy you start with when you do creator wrestling.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Before you actually make him into like a personality.
Yeah.
And it'd be what? 4 years till Goldust, is it? 4 or 5 years?
96.
Back in the 95, yeah.
Back in the
Yeah,
95,
yeah.
And then forever on and off for 20 years after that.
Yeah.
And now he's heel. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, isn't it?
Yes,
exciting?
yes.
Oh, Jesus.
After what? Like 18 months of teasing the Golden Truth? And now they've broken them up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Yep.
So I think basically Gigante just gets pissed off with Zbyszko, throws him into a dropkick, and there's a finish.
Pretty much he just throws him into the ring, goes, fuck this, I'm going to go back to my locker room, good night.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in Battle Bowl, even though I'd probably have a pretty good chance.
He'd
really
have died if he was in that match. He'd have been the Ember Moon of that match.
The Giant Gonzalez already gassed from the 3 minutes of standing on the apron, so he's definitely needs to get back to the
He was
locker room.
gassed and walked on the mat.
But what gets me is, like, obviously someone at WWF was looking at this going, you know what?
Yeah.
We can do something with him.
Undertaker. You know,
We need someone for the Undertaker. He's good.
Undertaker
We'll have that.
Undertaker who's just beat Hulk Hogan, you know. Oh, we need a new guy for him. Him. Oh, no.
That's what we want to do.
Never mind. Anyway, match number 4?
This match
Dunno.
contains probably my favourite team of the night.
Let's go, round 4.
Getting good now.
Magnum TA reaches in. The first contestant is going to be... He's the strongest man in the world, Bill Kazmaier.
Oh.
His tag team partner, all the way from Japan, Jushin Thunder Liger. They will be facing Diamond Dallas Page and Mike Graham.
The world's strongest man, Bill Kazmaier.
Yeah.
Hang on. I don't think that's right.
What?
He was at the time.
I don't know. I still think it was Mark Henry.
At this point in time,
You always think it's Mark Henry.
at this point in time, Al, he was the world's strongest man. You just have to live with it.
In fact, you know what? Sorry for it to be sad. I think I did research this, and he's not.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
I think he was the world's strongest man in the end of the beginning of the 80s, but I'm sure he's not now.
Well, neither was Mark Henry when he was wrestling.
Kayfabe.
Exactly. Kazmaier is teaming up with Jushin Thunder Liger,
He's just had his last match in the Best of Super Juniors.
and he's up against DDP,
Yep.
Diamond Dallas Page, and apparently is his pay-per-view debut.
I hated
And Mike Graham.
I hated Pimp DDP. It was so stupid.
DDP. I think the first thing written down is like Mike Graham just looks like a wrestler.
Yep.
He does, yeah.
Like of a certain era, like that's what wrestlers look like, and it's Mike Graham.
Yeah, pretty much.
I looked up Mike Graham as well. He sadly committed suicide.
Oh wow, I feel bad now. Don't I?
Oh.
I mean, he might have watched this pay-per-view back at one point, but
Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Okay.
hey, you don't know what I was getting at.
I'll lighten the mood again.
He's from a big.
Can anyone guess what country Bill Kazmaier is from? Because I'm not sure.
It's America, is it not?
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I couldn't tell from his ring attire.
He's the world's strongest man. He has to come from America.
Yeah, they're not going to say, you know.
Just fully draped in the red, white, and blue, teamed up with Jushin Thunder Liger.
Here's the world's strongest man from Mexico. Arriba! It's not going to happen on an American wrestling show.
I've written down as well, Liger in this match literally looks like he's from another world.
Yeah,
He literally looks like he's an alien who's just come down from somewhere and landed
He's
in
the samurai warrior that somehow appeared in the middle of New York City. And he's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
To
it's like-
underline that point, right? Kyle walked in the room when I was watching this, right?
All right.
And it was during the entrances, and Kyle's not that much into wrestling. He doesn't like it, but he was watching it a little bit over my shoulder. And then Mike Graham walks out in the ring, and Kyle's like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Oh, there's Jushin Thunder Ligers in this, Kyle. He's really cool." And then the camera just went to this guy in the red and white stuff with the horns and the hair and the face mask, and Kyle's jaw just kind of visibly went and then he just went. Who the heck is that? I was like, that.
He's literally a Power Ranger. He's literally a Power Ranger.
Yes.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
But this match again isn't great, but the chemistry between Mike Graham and Liger is actually really good.
Mike Graham. Yeah.
I've got more Mike
you can
Graham
see,
facts.
Oh god. It was multiple
Go on,
gunshots suicide, in case you're interested.
No, none of that.
Oh, wasn't the fact? Okay.
He actually was just about retired, and he kept. I think WCW was scraping the bottom of the barrel to find 40 men, right?
There's a surprise.
But he's pretty much been a career jobber. But I thought he was quite good. I quite liked him.
Actually.
You put these two guys in Japan, like in Old Japan or somewhere, like in the early 90s, you can see them having like a really good series of matches. Because like Graham's obviously been around, he knows how to work a match.
Yeah.
And Liger's just,
Liger.
again, he's just throwing out stuff in this ring. Even though he looks like he's used to a bigger ring, because he kind of mistimes a few moves.
I think the New Japan ring's bigger.
Yeah, because the WCW. I remember Steve Austin saying like on the podcast, like when he went to WWF, like he had to get used to the bigger ring because it's what a 22 foot ring. And
it's 20 foot by 20 foot in WWE.
20 by 20. Yeah, I think
Is it not
was
18?
like
16 or
18 by 18.
18, yeah.
So actually,
There's only 2 foot difference, but like for a guy like Liger who kind of relies on the the kind of high flying stuff, but that's like a footstep shorter than you think it's going to be.
Yeah. It's a stride
There's a few instances where like you can see like he doesn't think he should be that close to the ropes when he does the movement stuff, which is a bit. He's probably not used to the ring yet, but like the chemistry between those two, it's great.
It's really good, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
Mike Graham.
Even though the cameraman totally misses the senton that Liger does to the outside.
That was good. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Channeling
What a
TNA
voice.
before we're about.
His job's pretty much to carry the match if you think about it, because you've got the Japanese guy who is going to try and work the American style. You've got DDP who knows absolutely nothing at this
he's as
moment
green
in
as
time.
grass.
And then you've got that world's strongest man who I imagine they just went, he's the strongest man, he'll do. Or you'll pick wrestling up, no problem, just you'll be fine.
You say that, but for a team thrown together in the lottery, Kaz and Liger have a finisher.
Yes.
Yes, I think Jim Neidhart was watching this program and thought, I like that finisher.
Yeah, I think essentially Kaz throws Liger at somebody else, and that's it. But
Pretty much.
it counts as a finisher. They've got a finisher. God bless them.
It was the same finish from Royal Rumble 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I say Kazmar picks up Liger, throws him towards DDP, and pins him.
Job done. Bang.
I have put a note here
Off the
saying
Battlebowl.
slightly slow and plodding match, even with Liger involved.
I think it's because everyone's got their time, and DDP and Kazmar aren't the quickest dudes.
No.
Not really.
But Liger and Graham, they could have had a cracking match, I think.
Yeah, this is probably I'd say this is match of the night so far. Which is a low bar, I know, but
The bar's actually buried underneath the ground at the moment.
well, yes, but
So now we get an advert for Super Brawl 1992.
Yes, because if you enjoyed this shitstorm, buy again next month.
Although I think I might mention this earlier, but when I saw this and they say coming on February 29th, I immediately thought of Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
yes, lethal leap year.
Have they checked the calendar? Are they sure that it's a leap year that year? Because if anyone's going to get it wrong, it's going to be WCW in the early 90s. Come on.
It's going to be,
It really is.
exactly.
Yeah. So back to the awkward tombola.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is what a lot of people have been waiting for. The heavyweight champion of the world, Lex Luger, his partner is going to be none other than Double A, Arn Anderson. Their opponents in this contest. Terrence Taylor, his partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Z-Man.
I think at this point, Hyatt does say something. I think she says, I can run right now, can't I?
What?
Like, during the draw, I think she says, can I go now? Something along those kind of lines.
She knew the piss.
See, I was going to say, where? The toilet.
I can run now, right?
Lex Luger and
I think she just kind of thinks she can go. It's like, no, you're there all night, love. But the interesting one in this one is, I'm pretty sure Z-Man's doing the actual face in this match.
I think they say that, don't they? Because Arn Anderson and Lex Luger certainly are heels.
Yeah.
I think they do say that
Taylor's
Z-Man's the only one came from the face.
They don't say face. They say,
They don't say
came from
face.
they got a different point of view or something, or they got it's like that,
they
and they
came
kind
from the
of
locker
talk around
room.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
But this isn't a bad match. I remember quite enjoying this one, mainly because Terry Taylor just takes it on his chest to kind of go, right, I'm going to work this match.
Exactly.
And him and Double A have quite a good bit. I think it's a bit where like Arn Anderson's just ripping Taylor to shreds. And that's a great little sequence.
Yeah.
Arn being
Just
Arn, just
beating the crap out of
destroying
him.
the other guy. Yeah. That part didn't feel good.
But the problem is, every now and then, Luger's got to come into the ring and do a move and then walk around catching his breath.
Yeah.
And then do another move and then walk around catching his breath.
Have you noticed how this is the start of Luger's shouty selling?
That's right. I'm in pain, so we can see.
You get Luger kind of like, whenever he takes a punch, it's always like, oh!
Taylor with a shoulder block.
There's also a great bit of commentary where Shivani says...
Tell you that Terrence Taylor did not give up, and that has to be a bone in his cap. But I tell you...
A bone in his cap.
A bone in his cap.
As opposed to a feather in his cap.
No, a bone in his cap, as in the bonehead.
Yeah.
Oh, JR doesn't let that one rest.
Yeah.
JR does not let it go.
No,
he's on that like... He goes on that, and then Shivani like doubles down and goes, yeah, I meant to say that. Bone in his cap. You got bones in your head. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, God.
Inside another piece of Tony Shivani dies.
It's getting awkward in the booth. It's getting awkward in there.
Yeah, this is half decent, actually.
It's not bad.
You've got like because you've got a decent heel tag team on one side.
Yep.
Z-Man, but Taylor's good enough. And I think, again, kind of shows that he probably should have had a bit more of a push to him if he could have found that character to really kind of get him up to that next level.
Yeah.
The Red Rooster, that was the best character.
That was the...
I'm going to cut that out, Alan. That's not a very sincere talk. But you can tell, like, he's really good. He knows his stuff. But he just never kind of got he never got over, did he, with the audience?
He didn't have, as people like to say, it.
It, yeah.
No.
Especially how they look like a chicken, no?
Well, yeah, that's that.
Again, like, when he gets the hot tag, like, it's good. Like, all his work with Arneson's great. It's just, like, he just hasn't got that oomph to him. Which is a bit of a shame, really, but, you know.
This match does suffer from the sudden thing that's going to come for a couple of matches this evening, having a really quickly wrapped up ending.
Yeah, I think they went over their time, probably. They were freaking out that they couldn't have the spectacular match that's coming up in 2 matches' time.
This is because it ends with Luger's attitude adjustment pile driver.
It is, yeah. Luger gets an attitude adjustment in.
I didn't know he had a pile driver finish. I thought you did the torture rack.
I think the torture rack is yet to come. I think was the torture rack not a WWF thing?
He maybe thought people have been tortured too much.
Oh.
I'm sure he did it because I had the WCW annual from this year, and I'm sure I remember Luger doing the torture rack in it.
Weird. Yeah, he gets his smashing pile driver in, and then it's a pinfall on Taylor. So right after Taylor runs the ropes, Arn kicks him in the back, and then he falls victim to the pile driver, and that's it.
Done. Right, who's ready for this next match?
I'm not.
First half of this team, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yeah. His partner, Todd Champion. What a team this is going to be.
I think it's a shoot, huh?
They'll be facing Cactus Jack. And Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
So in the heel locker room, we see Buddy Lee stand up. Oh, great! I go there. But in the background is one Abdullah the Butcher, friends of Cactus Jack, who clearly wants to be Cactus Jack's partner. So he proceeds to beat the living shit out of Buddy Lee Parker for 5 minutes.
Uh-oh. Abdul the Butcher apparently doesn't understand what's going on. He wanted to beat Cactus Jack's partner, and Cactus partner Buddy Lee Parker is just being annihilated. Listen to his head hit that steel locker.
He does, yeah, which includes some really hard shots to his head in a locker.
Yeah, into the locker, and then Buddy basically like crawls out to the stage.
Yeah,
and then Abby comes out with what is it, like a mop or something?
Yeah,
or a kendo stick.
Like
he landed off Papa Shango, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And he batters Buddy Lee Parker's head like 4 or 5 shots to the head. That look.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's not the most controlled wrestler in the world, Abdullah the Butcher in history. If you look back,
I'm surprised he didn't hit him in the head 4 times and then blade himself.
Possibly he would have. Yeah. Yeah, I've put down here, Abdullah the Butcher doesn't understand what's going on, says Shivani.
No, he's just beating up people while Cactus Jack just starts the match.
There's a brilliant bit, though, when the camera goes in really, really close onto Mick Foley, and then he's just looking, and you just hear it, and he's like, obviously he's got a Cactus Jack voice. He's there going, "Where's my partner?"
Because basically what happens then, they kind of get Abdullah backstage, and then Buddy Lee Parker then spends 10 minutes crawling to the ring. Because that's how much he wants to win the Lethal Lottery.
It does lead to the classic Shivani quote of, "He looks like someone in the desert crawling for water."
Yep.
And he's right.
But I can imagine him actually being mocked silly, because Abdullah really smashes him around the head with those shots. That's not going to take much
selling, that's probably...
No, he was probably concussed.
He probably was so nasty. But then you got, then you just got Ricky the Dragon just doing stuff in the ring.
Yep.
There's a great bit. He does like a suicide dive out, I think, on Cactus Jack to the outside. And I love that. Like his first instinct is to hook his leg because he's
right.
Even though he's outside, he still hooks the leg.
At this point, I wrote down, "What the hell?"
And it's just and then they keep cutting back. Oh, Buddy's in the other ring now because they're in the furthest ring away, aren't
they?
So
they're in the far away one, yeah.
So he's got. They couldn't even put it in the closer ring. He's at the far away ring, so he's got to crawl across like a whole other ring.
Here's my question, right? If they started the match in one ring, could you pin the person in the other ring?
No, because they alternate it. I don't know though, because there's occasions when certain guys go into the other ring, temporarily, but there's no count.
Well, they're not out the ring; they're in the other ring.
Yeah, but you think if they were leaving the official ring, the count would start.
Be a count.
It's WCW camera. You're overthinking things here.
Yeah, I know.
Overthinking things. But there's a moment where I think Tracy Smothers tries to roll out the ring, but there's another ring next to him, so he can't. So he can't go. He tries to, the heel take a powder, but he can't because there's another ring there. So he has to kind of stay in the ring.
Yeah.
I want him to roll. I want him to roll into the ring, then roll out the other ring.
You just keep rolling.
Yep.
So finally, Tracy Smothers gets to his corner. So Cactus hits him, and then arm drags him into the ring.
This match sucks.
No, Tracy Smothers, it's Buddy Lee Parker, you fool.
Sorry, yeah. I'll go again then. Thanks, Cameron.
Yeah.
So Buddy Lee finally makes it to his corner.
Yeah.
And Cactus hits him, and arm drags him in.
Yep.
And it's like, can you imagine, we'll take this as a work, and right, this match, right, it's Steamboat Champion, Cactus and Buddy. Buddy, what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to get picked. Abdullah's going to beat you shitless backstage. Get onto the stage, then he's going to beat you shitless again. Then if you can spend the next 5 minutes, crawl into the ring, crawl to the ring, and then when you get to the ring, your partner will arm drag you into the ring. And then you'll be power slammed, and that'll be the finish.
It's a steamboat crossbody, isn't it? From the top rope.
Yeah.
And it looks a phenomenal crossbody, but it's just the one move that
beautiful. And he hits like a power slam at some point as well. And it's a gorgeous power slam.
Yeah. Steamboat could go.
You just look at him and think, "Oh, you're still really good, pal. What are you
wasted doing this shit, eh?"
Yeah, you should be carrying like an iguana to the ring for Vince. That's what you should be doing, pal.
But when he was in the WWF, he was forced to carry around a literal it
was an iguana,
a lizard dragon thing, wasn't he?
Because he was a dragon, wasn't he? He was literally a dragon. He breathed fire. Yeah,
he was a literal dragon. What a pointless waste in space that was.
Yeah,
just get him in as Ricky Steamboat. He's amazing.
That was beautiful. He worked so well. But that's it. Cactus is gone.
Yep, he's
gone.
Doesn't care. He's done.
And Buddy Lee goes back to stage to try and learn how to say his name again.
Try to function as a human being again.
Yes, pretty much.
But I'm sure the next match will be fine.
Nope.
Oh, totally fine because Abdullah's not ruined one match.
He's not ruined one match. So
what number we up to?
This is number 7.
7.
Christ knows.
All right, Mr. Commissioner, let's keep it going. Our next matchup, we'll see. The first man will be all the way from Venice Beach, Sting! His tag team partner, get a load of this, Abdullah the Butcher! The opponents are going to be the first man, Ryan! His partner, beautiful Bobby Eaton.
By this point, you're kind of begging for a singles match, aren't you?
I was begging for the end at this point. Yes, now, the problem with this one is, apart from it's Abdullah the Butcher, is Sting has a bounty on his head.
Yes, he does.
And what does Abdullah do? Well, he decides, I quite like money. Oh, my opponent is the person with the bounty on his head.
That's why he sold his Hall of Fame ring.
Oh. That was a low blow. You have to call an audible on that one. Jesus. Oh. What I quite like though is when Abby comes out, he's got this big smile on his face. Look at me! And he just like starts beating shit out of Sting.
I was trying to work out what this gimmick was. It was like green. It looked like a palm tree or something that he had.
Christ knows. He's just beating. It's something to hit people with, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then because Flying Brian's a face, but he's on the opposing team, he runs out, nearly kills the referee as he does so, because the referee just walks in front of him for no reason at all, and starts beating up Abdullah.
Yep.
And then, like, this match just is like organised chaos because Abdullah the Butcher is just he's just a dick, isn't he?
Well, he's a man who is so large he could barely move. His one move he's got is to stab you in the head with a fork and bleed himself, as Al mentioned earlier.
Pretty much.
And he's just terrible.
Yeah. Like, I think at one point, like, he just starts trying to sneak into the ring. I was like, why are you trying to sneak, pal? You're, like, huge.
He's never going to sneak anywhere.
Yeah. Like, and then he steals a pencil from Jim Ross and Shivani.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Yeah, so Jim can't do his Sudoku anymore. He's quite upset.
Abdullah jabs the pencil into Sting's throat. Pillman breaks all this up. There's a big paranoid thing between, does Pillman help Sting? Mm-hmm. Or does he go to Battlebowl and win it for his team with Eaton?
Yeah.
So eventually we get a whole thing of Pillman kind of has to make a choice.
Yeah, it was the dilemma.
Cactus Jack hits the ring again with a kendo stick, but he ends up hitting Abdullah.
He comes out.
Yep.
And there's a really clumsy...
typical Foley, it all backfires, so that's, that makes sense.
Exactly. But it's obviously going to lead to a Cactus Jack and Abdullah brawl.
Yeah.
Which it does, and they batter each other all the way back down the aisle.
Yeah.
Is this before or after the infamous Cactus Jack match where Vader just killed him, basically?
93.
I think it's 4,
I think.
Right, so he survived Abdullah and only get the living daylights beat out of him by Vader on Saturday night.
Right.
But, like, just imagine taking this Sting that's, like, around at the moment and putting him into WWF and putting that machine behind him. Like, imagine what that would have been like.
Money?
Yeah,
money falling from the ceiling.
Pretty awesome.
But no. He's stuck.
Because you kind of wonder, because obviously he was in tag team Ultimate Warrior, wasn't he? Was it the Dingo Warriors?
Blade Runners.
Blade Runners.
Imagine if Vince had picked Sting rather than the Ultimate Warrior to be the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, Warrior probably still be dead right now.
Well, yeah.
But can you imagine?
That's a bit bleaker than I was hoping for there.
But you wouldn't have had. Wait, imagine if those roles had swapped. You would have had Sting versus Hogan at WrestleMania 6.
Great.
And you would have had the Ultimate Warrior.
Sting versus Reed.
But wait a minute. They would have stopped Ultimate Warrior talking for like a year in promos because he might have joined the NWO or might not have joined the NWO. Can you imagine you imagine James Hill keep corking it for a year? It's not going to happen.
No,
it wouldn't happen, is it?
He would have just been there. He would have just exploded on an episode of Nitro, going.
during the main titles, you just hear like other explosion. You're kind of just like, oh, okay, there you go.
It would have been something, kind of going, Hogan, the Warrior has joined the NWO. It just would have been it. It just would have been shite.
The Sting, man, like, he was so over there.
Oh, it's incredible. He's like total white meat baby face. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think I remember even as like a WWF fan, I was at the time thinking, it would be great if we had Sting, wouldn't it? Great if Sting was over there.
If Sting jumped, it would have been a thing. Yeah.
That probably would have been like the only thing I was jealous of WCW was Sting. Even though I didn't really kind of see his matches, I hadn't seen any, his Flair matches or all that. But he just looked cool. But yeah, he wins. Pillman celebrates for some reason because he's on the opposing team.
Pillman gets to go home. He survived an Abbey match.
Yeah. I like Cameron said Cactus and Abby just start fighting either because they're having a feud or they're just bored. I'm not really sure.
Who knows?
One of the two, really. And also written down as well, like Jim Ross recalling them the little stingers in the crowd. Oh, little stingers.
Yeah. Is this not the point that
That was a
Shivani
little
says that they shouldn't let psychopaths into Battle Bowl?
Probably. It's a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's 40 of them.
It's a bit late for all that, yeah.
Because he came out twice.
Now then.
But anyway, next match.
Match number 8?
8, yep.
8.
Something or other.
All I can say, Magnum, is I'm glad I'm up here and not down there. Let's roll it. Pick our next contestants. The commissioner of Battlebowl 91. Oh. Let's find out who it is, Missy Hyatt. All the way from Motown, Rick Steiner. His partner, the Diamond Stud, and I do have a note here, because of an injury to the Diamond Stud, Rick Steiner's tag team partner is going to be the Night Stalker. They will be facing Big Man Vader and his tag team partner, Missy Hyatt. It'll be Mr. Hughes. Check it out.
No, the Night Stalker, the once and future Adam Bomb.
Yes.
Is it really?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. So, yeah, I can totally see it now.
But what I don't get is, and again, this is what stupid WCW stupidness, if he's injured, why not just take his name out of the tombola and put Night Stalker's name in there?
Because it's WCW.
So you don't have Bischoff awkwardly saying Diamond Stud's name, the crowd pop, and then going, but he's injured, so here's the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And again, Steiner's the only face in this match.
Yep.
He is, yeah. But they make a big point about how that Night Stalker's like totally not Scott Steiner. And therefore he might be a bit crap. And lo and behold, he is.
Yep.
they really run him down all match.
Yeah, they do, they do.
Oh, he's not good.
Tell you, the Diamond Stud is out there, though, and Rick Steiner, much like we saw with Sting, has to go into a situation, I would think, not with everything going his way, because the Night Stalker is a substitute, as inexperienced as wrestlers go.
Well, the Night Stalker is no Scott Steiner. So we know that the big team of Vader and Hughes will certainly try to focus their attention on Rick Steiner here.
And see, Jim, normally here, Rick Steiner will make it.
Ooh, got 2.5.
Would make a tag to Scotty, but that's not the case here, and Rick is still in there.
He just doesn't have the confidence in a Night Stalker,
no.
Obviously, that he has in his own brother.
Yeah,
he hasn't been affected by radiation yet, you see, so he's not a good wrestler.
I see.
Makes sense, yeah. But it's quite interesting, like, when you get Vader and Rick in the ring, like, Vader's not messing around with Rick Steiner. Like, he's laying it in thick.
Yep.
And then, Rick just turns around and gives him a belly-to-belly suplex just because he can.
Yes, because he's
like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I wrote down at this point, I think the ring's about to die.
Like, calm down, boys. Easy.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you know has anyone read Chris Jericho's book or one of them?
Which one?
That's got the huge. I think it's. I'm looking at my bookshelf here. It's Undisputed.
Yeah, I've got that one.
There's a whole chapter about Mr. Hughes.
Yes, there is.
About him being really sleepy.
Yeah, he's narcoleptic.
Bodyguard once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he kept. Apparently, they had the tag matches arranged, and Jericho put a stop to the tag matches because apparently Mr. Hughes would just fall asleep on the apron.
Yeah, so he'd go to the corner and Mr. Hughes would be like, la 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 la.
Yeah, he'd just be away. And he canned it. So anyway.
So, obviously, the Steiners were big heel tag teams. And face tag teams, sorry. I've got kind of like, a little bit of nostalgia for them because they not long after they came over to WWF. But why was it called a Steiner line?
I don't know.
Because it's a nice. It sounds right, doesn't
Steiner
it?
line?
Steiner line.
Is it Steiner line? Steiner line.
Yes,
it's Frankenstein.
It's not a clothesline. It's a Steiner line.
I think it was not the Steiner liner, and then they sort of shortened it a bit
by one letter.
Yeah.
Is there not there's also the Steiner recliner, which is basically like a camel clutch, isn't it?
A camel clutch, only without the rape.
But yeah, they're really over as well, aren't they? They're like when the Steiners come out, it's probably not too far off Sting's pop when he comes out.
At this point, they're the crowd are looking for people they can cheer for that might give them something called wrestling.
But it's I've just written terrible booking on this one. It's just
it goes 5 minutes. It's just shit.
Well, the finish looks dangerous.
Yeah.
What, when Vader splashes Night Stalker and almost crushes his neck?
On his head, yeah.
Because he hasn't folded his neck in at all, and he's halfway through getting up, so Vader just lands on his neck.
Basically compresses his spine, probably. That didn't feel good.
Yeah, that's it. So Vader gets the pinfall on Night Stalker because Rick Steiner's too thick to realise that Hughes isn't legal man after the Bulldog.
Yeah.
So
it's just the terrible, rubbish finish. It's like he's pinning him even though he tagged out because he forgets how tag teams works for a minute.
Pretty much.
And it's just rubbish. But it's fine because after that we can watch the advert for Super Bowl 92 again because it was so good the first time.
Yeah, totally. By the next pay-per-view.
And it is exactly the same advert. The only difference is exactly the same advert.
Yes. They love it so much, they'll do it again.
Are we nearly there?
Almost now.
All right, Magnum, Missy, things really taking shape here. Coming down to the wire. The first team member of our next match, all the way from Motown, Scott Steiner. His tag team partner, Firebreaker Chip. They will be facing Johnny B. Bad. His partner, Arachnaman. What a matchup.
This next match, I did try to write some notes down, but I can't write. Okay, in this match from the Tombola, you've got Scott Steiner and Firebreaker Chip.
What a
versus. Well, speaking of which,
Arachnaman's another name.
Johnny B. Bad and Arachnaman.
Arachnaman.
And I just couldn't focus for the rest of this match over what's going on because Arachnaman?
Joining forces with Arachnaman.
By the fact, he looks like he's called Arachnaman, but he looks more like the sort of comic book version of the Green Goblin.
Yeah, and also you might know he's from Web City.
Well, Arachnaman from Web City.
He is.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at this match thinking, how can there be a match with somebody called Firebreaker Chip and he isn't the worst gimmick? How is that possible?
Because
nothing to
WCW.
me. Nothing sums up early 90s, late 80s WCW more than Arachnaman because they got sued for that because of the rampant, plagiarism of Spider-Man.
The same can be said of Arachnaman.
Oh, it's supposed to be Spider-Man. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just how can they keep saying Arachnaman?
Catches Arachnaman with that Steiner line.
Yeah. Also, unfortunately, Arachnaman is no more.
That was. Oh.
Yeah. Who's the actual guy? It's
Bradley. No.
It's Brad Armstrong. He died in 2012.
Well, I ever heard the name Brad Armstrong. Who else was he?
He's Road Dogg, isn't he? Road Dogg's relation.
Road Dogg's brother, I think.
I think so. Yes, I think you're right, actually, Al.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit sad.
It's watch this match, and whenever I started forming an opinion, I just went, Arachnaman?
And Arachnaman in. Man, he's quick.
And it just goes on my head. I can't. There's no opinions about this match. It's
it doesn't compute.
Arachnaman?
Snap mirrors him over, and Arachnaman tagging in Johnny B. Bad.
Well, it gets worse as we get to Battlebowl.
Don't get me started on Battlebowl.
What was it?
Well, we're coming to it in a minute.
Oh, God.
I mean, the crowd loves a Steiner. Arachnaman gets pins, and it finishes.
Arachnaman. Legal moves there, those forearms.
And I'm like, did I just watch a match? With some dude called Arachnaman in it.
Reverse chinlock by Arachnaman.
Yeah, who looks like one of the Fantastic Four that got rejected.
Yeah, and Jim Ross, God bless him, he's trying to put him over. He really is.
Yeah, this is why Jim Ross had the Bell's palsy instance, because he's put with shit like this.
Oh dear God!
But he's called Arachnaman.
Arachnaman may try to make it to the ropes here. Actually, that's probably his only escape from this maneuver.
But anyway, right, that's that match done. I can't talk about that match.
I just need to point out the moment. There's a moment where Arachnaman does what I think. Remember last month we had Earthquake pulling out the dropkick?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked a bit awkward, but it was Earthquake doing a dropkick.
Yeah, it was still amazing.
So you gave him a buy on it because at least he's trying.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to point out the bit in this match where Arachnaman tries what I think is the lamest dropkick I've ever seen. And Firebreaker Chip has to grab his legs in midair or just about as he lands to make it look like some kind of reversal.
I can answer that one.
Go on.
Well, he's used to swinging from the ceiling, but his web obviously failed, you see.
Oh,
That's what happened.
Sends him in. Arachnaman. Good move there.
Anyway.
God's sake. Okay, moving on. Our semi-main event.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jim and Tony, and this is it. This is our last match of Lethal Lottery. Let's reach in and find out who we've got. The first contestant is going to be Ron Simmons, the All-American, his tag team partner. Here it comes, Bess. This is it. I'm not telling.
Oh, tell him.
No way. Look at Ron Simmons. Thomas Rich coming at you. Their opponents are going to be Steve Armstrong and his tag team partner, P.N. News, the Rap Master. All right.
How bored must these guys been by this point, having to like stand
So
there
bored.
and watch this shit show?
Although Peter News gives me one of my favourite moments where he looks surprised that his name gets called out, even though he's the last man left.
He was like, thinking of something else at a point in time.
He was sitting there thinking, they mustn't be that desperate to use me on this pay-per-view. Oh, Jesus Christ, they are.
And he looks around and goes,
Jim Ross calls him out doing it. So why is he looking surprised? He's the last man. Of course he's going to get pulled out. Why is he surprised?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But anyone else think PN News looks like a prototype tugboat?
you mean the size or
I've just put down here that PN News should not be wearing a singlet.
No. It's not very flattering, is it?
No.
Not really. So yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I also put Thomas Rich looks like a past at Tyler Breeze.
Yes, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he does. It's weird. It's weird, this match. And also, like, PN, like, it's a bit, because obviously he's teamed up with a heel, like, he won't do, at the start, he's like, I think Armstrong holds somebody to, like, when he tags PN in, like, oh, hit him, and PN's like, no, I can't hit him because he's held. And then, like, 3 minutes later, PN's putting his knees up so Armstrong can slam someone's head into it before he gets tagged in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, that lasted long, PN, didn't it?
Yeah.
You're all goody two-shoes till he got to the Battle Bowl bit, and then you're like, oh, no, let's get heelish.
Let's all start cheating, yeah.
Or we'll just tag in Ron Simmons and get this match done with.
My favourite bit in the match was, I don't even know why, I'm sorry, who's Simmons' partner? I forgot. Rich, isn't it?
Thomas Rich.
Tom Rich, yeah.
He tags him in, but he doesn't. Simmons doesn't want to get in the ring for some reason, and there's some argument between them. Did anyone else pick on this?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because they're heels and bad guys, aren't they? That's what it is. They can't team together.
I thought it was the spot or something.
But
Probably.
The look on Simmons' face, it's like he's going to sit down at any minute now, isn't he? He's going to. I can see it coming.
Damn.
I've got a fun fact I found out about PN News.
Go on.
Oh, go on then.
In 1991, he won both Rookie of the Year and also Worst Worked Match of the Year.
How is that even possible?
Was it this one?
Let me explain. He won Rookie of the Year in WCW.
Oh, it's a scaffold match, isn't it?
And you're absolutely right, Al. The Wrestling Observer. That was the worst match of 1991. It was PN News with Bobby Eaton against Steve Austin and Terry Taylor in a scaffold match at the Great American Bash 91.
Yes, scaffold match.
Oh, God.
Of course.
So he was the best and the worst in 1 year.
Why would you put PN News in a scaffold match?
Because you're an idiot.
Because, like, God bless him, he's not the most agile of people.
They put the Road Warriors in a scaffold match once.
That makes no sense.
Do you remember?
WCW, man, what are they doing?
Do you remember when TNA put Rhino in an Elevation X match?
Yes.
And he's scared of heights?
Yes.
It was amazing. It was incredible.
Yep. It was just... Look at his face when he realised what he had to do. Was like...
He was hugging that support.
He was not a happy boy.
The best bit was he was against AJ Styles, who kept like purposefully falling off and just catching himself and just kind of spinning up again because he's like okay with it. Yeah, always fun.
So we're done with the Lethal Lottery now. We've had our 40 wrestlers into the 2 teams of 20 key people eliminated. We've got the 20 guys to come out to the Battle Bowl.
There is a bit of my notes here where I've put that. Bischoff says that concludes the tag team phase, and I've just put in big letters. Thank fuck.
Yes.
So did I.
I'd just like to mention a few things at this point.
Go on.
Here we go.
They must have thought this was a success because it's also Starrcade 92.
Yeah.
And then it gets its own pay-per-view in '93 called Battlebowl.
That's right, it does.
It should have been its own pay-per-view, man, straight away, because the name's too long.
And then it gets axed, and it returns in 1996.
That's the one where your man DDP wins because Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Remember we did World War III?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we got the ring from, you see. See how we all bring it back together? Like we planned this bollocks. We didn't at all.
And the final Lethal Lottery was held... Well, a lot of it was held in London, of all places. It was in 99 to 2000 when they wanted to crown a new tag team champion. So the best thing to do was just pair up loads of random teams. And the most randomest of teams won.
Go on now, who was it?
I haven't got this handy, but I think off memory, it's David Flair and Crowbar, but I could be wrong.
God.
Whoa.
I'll need to Google that because it doesn't sound right, does it?
That sounds right to WCW 2000.
Somebody Google it first, but that one I want to see.
What's this?
Lethal Lottery 2000.
Lethal Lottery 2000.
Are we all Googling
2000, of course.
I am, yep. Hold on. Wow.
Hang on.
I'm looking down the list now. There's something here. Right, Lethal Lottery, December the 27th, 1999 to January the 3rd, 2000. When is it? Right. Rick Steiner and Burr Layden.
Oh, God.
David Flair and Crowbar. And Kevin Nash. And it says Scott Hall, but that's been crossed out, so I'm assuming it was just him on his own. Buff Bagwell and Chris Canyon. That would have been intriguing.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's some right pelters here.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Ray and Booker T.
Hey, Harlem Heat.
That's totally random. Conan and Dean Malenko.
That's a random. Norman Smiley and I. Oh God, Norman Smiley.
Wait a minute, hold on. Dean Malenko would have competed in this, and it finished in January the 3rd, 2000, and then promptly fucked off to WWF.
I wonder why.
I don't blame him.
Also, you've missed out the best tag team of all, Cameron.
What's that?
The Wall and Sid Vicious.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I like the way that Nash actually eliminated both of them.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyway, that is crap. You're right, Al, that is quite shit.
No one write in and suggest we watch that, because I will personally hunt you down.
There's no Battle Bowl for that one. It's just a single.
No, we can't do that. No.
So
that Christ.
We're at the point where Shivani comes back to describe the rules of Battle Bowl to us.
I'm just gonna. Why does it need 2 rings? Why can it just be in a 1-ring battle royal? What's the harm in that?
Ladies and gentlemen, very briefly, the rules of Battle Bowl. The 20 wrestlers who survived the Lethal Lottery will soon be making their way toward ring number 1, where the first battle royal will begin. In order to be eliminated from the first battle royal, you must be thrown into ring number 2. In order to be eliminated from ring number 2, you must be thrown over the top rope and to the arena floor. The final remaining wrestler in ring number 1 will then meet the final wrestler in ring number 2, and we will then have our first Battle Bowl champion. And now, let us bring the 20 participants to the ring.
You're starting to get to the point where you're wondering why this pay-per-view actually needed 2 rings in the first place.
Can I have my speech now?
Go on.
So Shivani at the beginning of the show attempted to explain the rules of the Battle Bowl. So here's what it is. So we had the 4 guys, 20 teams. Winners go into Battle Bowl. So all 20 men go in 1 ring. First problem: why are they all in the 1 ring at once? Where there's a second ring sitting there not being used. But they solve that problem. To eliminate your opponent, first of all, you had to throw them over the top rope into ring 2. And then to completely eliminate them, you had to then go out of ring 1 into ring 2 and throw them out of ring 2 to the floor. Now, at this point, Shivani forgot one major thing. He forgot to explain how you actually got to an eventual winner. So, me watching it at this point in time went, okay, so you throw them out of one ring into another ring to the outside, and then what? How do we decide a winner? Do we keep going till we got one person left in ring 1? Do they have to be in ring 2 to win? Do you have to get a hat off a pole or something like that? Do you have to go get Abdul the Butcher and ask him to make some ribs? I don't know. My mind at this point was exploding.
With potential concepts that might be good.
Yeah.
As opposed to what they did.
Exactly. So we've got a match where obviously they'd seen the Royal Rumble, clearly thought, you know what's better than one ring? 2 rings.
2 rings.
And you know what's better than just having a simple concept? Have the most convoluted piece of fucking shit bullshit ever created until World War III. But at least World War III made sense almost. I say almost.
Almost, yeah.
Because
almost.
The winning condition is that the last person left in ring 1 essentially waits there until there's one person left in ring 2.
Yeah.
Then they have a match.
Right. So the person in ring 1 sits there and just, I don't know, jerks off or something like that while waiting for ring 2 to finish what they're doing. But what's the benefit in being in ring 2? Surely you would just stay in ring 1 with the other guy.
Well, no, you get eliminated into ring 2.
You get eliminated into ring 2.
You can't move back, can you? You get thrown over the top.
Why not?
No, but that means that when the only way of being eliminated from the first ring in the first phase is by being chucked into over the top rope into ring 2.
Why is there 8,000 phases?
Yeah, but that means there's 4 sides to that ring, but you can only be eliminated on one of them.
That's my exact point.
So therefore, would you not just keep your arse to the opposite side?
Cameron,
that's one of the first things I've written down. First problem.
I'd sit on the outside.
Yeah, you just would, wouldn't you? Or you just go under the bottom rope between the rings and just sit in ring 2.
Hang on. I'm gonna stop you there, Cam.
Go on.
Here we go.
It appears that the wrestlers either didn't care or couldn't remember the rules.
I'm not surprised.
Later on, even if you go through the ropes, they just stay in ring 2. And there's a bit where people go over another top rope on the different sides of the ring and just decide to get into ring 2.
Yeah.
They just forget at some point. That's the first thing I wrote down. Problem 1, you can only be eliminated for one side of the ring, so 3/4 of the ring is essentially pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you wasted 2 rings worth of space for one side of it to be used.
Exactly.
Why don't they just have a rail? You know, a rail with one of those ropes on it and just throw them over that. Because that's essentially
just one ring. How about just doing that?
Because it's WCW, they have to be different.
Also, the second problem is, you say you got to be thrown over the top in the second ring, but you've got the ropes, the ring apron of the first ring, the ring apron of the second ring, and then the ropes.
I think they cover that halfway through, don't they? Because they do say
the ring. That's it.
Yeah, if you land in the space in between the 2 rings, you still have to move to ring 2.
Yeah. But it just looks rubbish because you just see guys getting caught in between 2 sets of ropes, awkwardly trying to stand up.
The only thing
Hughes solves that problem. Did anyone else see that fantastic spot?
No, I might have.
He does some sort of E Honda sumo torpedo thing. It flies over both the ropes.
He does. I wrote this down. Somebody tells it, and he can get on doing the best spot of the match.
Nice.
But I think one thing we've got to touch on this is when they get the wrestlers into the ring first of all. So they basically they all walk out. I think they kind of have this rules explanation, and then the ring announcers, I think, basically just kind of reading out all the names as they walk to the ring.
Yep.
But very quickly, the guy either he's going too quick or the wrestlers are going too slow. So he starts going out of sync for who's coming out the ring.
It's just a disaster by the end.
Meanwhile, you only got one cameraman filming everybody walking to the ring, because that's all they could afford, apparently. So he's just kind of trying to get a good shot of these guys walking to the ring. Steamboat walks into and knocks him over.
Yes.
They can't cut away because the Steadicam guy is somewhere else or doing something, apparently. And all the while, this kind of bored ring announcers just kind of reading out names. This is your big intro to Battlebowl.
It's quite terrible, yes.
Just go back to the ring announcer. So when I think the first person across to ring 2 is Thomas Rich. So he goes across, and then you hear this voice go.
All right, now Rich has got one more chance.
So for every person that gets thrown over the top, this guy comes out again. I think it's Marcus Bagwell is in ring 2. Like you're being called to the next checkout at the post office.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I thought.
Yeah. Ring number 2, please. Ring number 4, please.
On 4. Don't encourage on the 4 rings, God.
What, 4 rings, 1 all-star?
Oh no! Cameron.
Like assembled in a cube shape that rotates round or something.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really good.
There's ladders on either side. You have to fight your way up.
No. You have to fight your way into the top of the ring and then get to the bottom. Then fight your way to the bottom of it. Then go back outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. You start at the top ring, and you've got an opponent in the top ring.
Yep.
And then slowly you work your way down it, right? And then you've got ladders on the side, you can access it. And at the bottom you've got like a pool of alligators that you have to wrestle. Or something like
The
that.
Pyramid War to settle the score.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Also, as soon as wrestlers go into ring 2, we meet the next problem. You can't see both rings on screen at once.
Split screen technology didn't exist apparently.
You say that, Euan. You say that. We'll come back to that later on in the match and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
One good bit, Paulie starts doing some commentary.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Just because. You get like a little preview of the Jim Ross Paulie's
it's
commentary
great.
team. And at which point I think, why are I watching WrestleMania 17?
At this point I thought, why am I not
doing
watching
this?
Static?
Why am I not watching anything else other than this? Liga I think Liga just jumps over because why not?
Liga?
La Liga.
I think La Liga jumps over the
La
ropes
Liga.
into ring 2, and Morton just follows him.
Yeah.
Just kind of goes, doesn't even get limited, just walks into there with him.
It's his pal. He wants to go with his pal.
I've written down then there's loads of cool Liga stuff from a terrible angle to no crowd response whatsoever.
Yeah, I think the crowd have just had enough. They're finally worked out 2.5 hours into the show. This is bullshit.
Yeah, like Morton Liga just decided to go, let's just do some crazy stuff. They do some crazy stuff. Crowd doesn't respond. They just kind of eliminate themselves. That's it.
If that was the case, everyone should eliminate themselves at the beginning.
Yeah.
Get done with it.
It does boil down to a decent... I mean, Lex Luger ends up being the last one in ring 1. So he ends up getting a rest, right?
Yep. Thank God.
Yeah, because I think Rick Rude and Sting are the kind of like guys, they eliminate each other to get into ring 2, don't they?
Here's my point. If this was the best they had at the time, why not just have a match with those 3?
Yeah.
Because it needs to build up to something, Ewan. Come on. It needs to build up to
But the
something.
problem is, there's loads of things happening at once, and it's not clear what's happening, and you've got the ring announcer going over the top. And then I think we get to there's like a couple of guys left in ring 2 with Luger just walk around ring 1. Then they bring out the 2 camera angles at the bottom.
Yep.
No.
Then they do the split screen. It's like, you've got hardly any guys left. What's the point of having it now? You should have had it like 10 minutes ago.
The last 4 in ring 2 are pretty decent because you got Sting, Steamboat, Austin, and Rude.
They're all Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
So they are.
Just for a second, you got Arachne Man on this card and all that kind of body.
Yeah.
But
Next year's Hall of Fame, yeah.
if you strip this back,
I've got a request. Can you please make the album artwork a Rack Man, please?
do what's right? No, I can't.
Oh,
Duggan's our spirit animal.
Yeah,
can you put him in the corner?
No.
No,
You're all
but if
dicks.
you shut up. If you turn this into like a normal pay-per-view, so therefore you don't need 40 guys, you've got a pretty good roster.
Exactly.
Here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got Stone Cold and Rick Rude. You take the Big Josh gimmick off him. Tim's a good guy. You got a good guy there. You've got Dustin Rhodes could be a good guy. Luger and Anson with a great tag team. Taylor could do some work. You got Steamboat, Cactus Jack, Sting, Brian Pillman.
Oh, you got some pretty good guys. Like.
Big Van Vader, the Steiners. No, there's a basis. Johnny B. Bad. He was all right.
Yeah.
Ron Simmons, probably towards the end of, he would go into the acolytes and all that.
He'd have a blue helmet to begin with.
Exactly. Even without Flag, or even with Flag going, you've got, their roster isn't that bad when compared to WWF as it stands.
But there's one fatal flaw.
What is the fatal flaw,
The writing team are dense.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And like you say, you end up with these 4 guys who, all 4 of them, could have a classic match. Well, maybe not Luger, but everyone else could carry him to a good match.
True.
It's heartbreaking.
I know, it is
in
a
way,
bit. It is a bit.
Because you can kind of see you've got all this stuff that could be. Lethal Lottery could be really good.
Yeah.
Been near the ring, get rid of that. Just have the tag team.
If you kind of had
job done.
Have the tag team matches, and how you had a couple of singles matches to break it up a bit. It's just that
have a couple of title matches in there.
Yeah, by the end of the night, you're so sick of watching tag teams.
Can I have a solution possibly?
Go on.
Here we go.
I think this concept would work better on TV. Like if you did 2 matches on Raw every week and 2 matches on SmackDown, and it's spaced.
Oh yeah, totally.
Totally. Break it up that way.
Spread it out.
They've done this before with tournaments though, and they just fuck it up.
Yeah.
But watching 10 of these matches in a row.
No.
10 of these matches in a row.
I can even see it. What was it in your house or was it a Survivor Series where they drew the teams at random and you ended up with like Shawn Michaels?
I think
it was only one. They only did that for one Survivor Series 95, but it was only one team.
Was that the one with like Shane Douglas and Razor Ramon on the same team?
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
That was really interesting. That was good, but that was because it was one match.
Yeah.
And that was really
the whole card around it is just
a whole card around it is just it's like most WCW ideas completely overcooked. The ending of this match, just to get out of the way, it boils down to Sting and Lex Luger because you can tell that's how it's going to go with Luger being the world champion and all.
Which, to be fair, like Luger and Sting, that's like one of those kind of iconic.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, yeah.
Did anyone else?
You can't argue with that.
Not that it's going to come across well on a podcast, but did anyone notice how Sting at the end of the match is punching Luger whilst doing some kind of strange interpretive dance?
I think at this point, that's because his magical face paint was practically gone by this point, so he was just a man.
Yeah, but he's kind of skipping on one leg.
I want a little word on the ending as well.
Go on then.
Right, well, he nearly eliminates Luger, right? Luger's like teetering on a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does he then have to run off the rope to just push him over? It makes no sense.
Momentum.
No, because he literally stops and
he could literally just pick him up. Yeah, I know.
It was a silly finish.
I don't know.
Also, there's a bit, I think, because Harley Race is getting involved with Sting on the outside, and then Luger jumps over the top rope.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not eliminated because he lands on the ramp, and the ramp is fine, apparently, because he's not on the floor.
Yes, the ramp's fine, that's true.
Remember, it's over the top to the floor to win this one. No pinfalls here.
Race gets suplexed just because, why not?
You can't get eliminated the ring too, and you can't get eliminated to the ramp, so there's only 2 sides of the ring you can pretty much be eliminated from.
Exactly, yeah. This is why I just was, I don't know.
And then, like you said, Sting wins really anticlimactically, and he just walks out the ring. Done.
He's just he is the inaugural Battle Bowl champion. Now here's my big problem with this entire pay-per-view that culminated at this very moment, right?
Yeah. At this very moment.
Why is Battle Bowl so important?
It's not.
It's not, is it?
What does it get you?
I can answer this question, Cam. I was thinking about it before. Right. Back in the 90s, wrestling was a simpler time.
So here we go.
Right.
Now I'll do the Simon Bates music.
Let him get on with it. Come on.
Sorry.
Kayfabe was still a big thing back then, right?
Yeah.
So from the point of view, is a mark or whatever you want to call yourself. You've just watched Sting best technically 40 other men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that not count for something? You've seen that wrestler perform his absolute best, right? And he's
but I've also
40
seen
men. Does he need a prize, or has he just got the admiration of all the fans?
But I've also seen Big John Studd win a Royal Rumble, so
only like 8 of them could actually wrestle.
That's not the point.
But does he get a title shot? No. Does he get a belt? No. Does he get a trophy of any kind?
You don't need it back then. You didn't need it back then. That's what I'm saying. Hogan won the Rumble. Did he get a title shot?
Big pay-per-view.
Right, but if that's the case, why the fuck would you enter this tournament?
Yeah, what's the point?
You do why would you enter Royal Rumble before the title was before you got to WrestleMania?
Because Vince booked you.
Well,
the point is like, the point is like he wins and he just walks out the ring done. Like he doesn't celebrate with the crowd. He doesn't do a big celebration. He's like, "Yeah, I won, excellent. I'll on to the next town now."
Well, of course not. He's just had to endure 3 hours, the worst 3 hours of his life. He just wants to get out of the town and go.
It's a fair point, actually.
It's like, fuck this, I'm going home.
And to make it worse, we get end credits. It's like, wrestling can't have end credits?
Oh, this is classic WCW. They were so proud of themselves. Thought, here's the people that produced this pile of sick.
Yeah.
With Jim Hurd, who's the main reason Ric Flair's not there.
Yeah, we can ignore that bit for now. Yeah, I quite like the way it said, is it the producer's Virgin Runnels?
Yep.
Yeah, it is, aye.
I was like, oh, there's Dusty. That's a nice little touch. But the thing is, like, I don't know about you boys, and you are boys. I don't know about you boys, but I had like a weird kind of... I really wanted to like this, because I had like a weird nostalgia for this era of WCW.
Yeah, but...
Because like I say, I kind of remember at this time, there was this push to get WCW like over, so I think it was on ITV TV.
We didn't get it in Northeast. We couldn't get it. Cameron would have got it where he was.
Yeah, I got it in Scotland.
I remember watching it. I remember also seeing, like, you know, they had WCW comics were out. I remember there was, like I say, there's this yellow annual with Sting on the front cover that I think Ethan still got a copy of to this day.
I have a fantastic memory of having a WCW lunchbox in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lunchbox with Sting on the front.
It seemed like it could be like another credit, because obviously we didn't know better because we were idiots. Like it would seem like a credible alternative to watching WWF. So I did have this kind of weird, like, I really wanted to like it because I remember thinking, oh man, at that young age, thinking, oh, WCW, man, I had like Ric Flair and Sting, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And this kind of thing. But you watch this back, it's like, this is really shit.
I think if I could have watched this event as an 11-year-old or 10-year-old, however it would have been at the time, I think this would have blew my mind.
Maybe, yeah.
Finding pornographic magazines in the bush at 10 years old would have been better than this.
But it's just like, it's such weird to see a company just held back by just outright stupidity.
And the worst was yet to come.
It is just stupid. And I suppose you kind of wonder, like, if Hogan hadn't come across in '93, would the company have survived to get to the Monday Night Wars?
No. I would say right now they would never have made it.
But there was still quite...
Oh, Hogan's a man.
There was... I mean, come on. When they signed Hogan in '94, it took them 2 years of quite shiteness.
Yeah.
To get anybody. It was only '96 where he turned the whole NWO thing and the whole thing exploded.
Are you saying the Dungeon of Doom was shite?
I'm saying the Dungeon of Doom was shit.
I agree.
But I think, but you still had the cachet of Hulk Hogan's name, though. I think that was the thing, because Hulk Hogan, it's like Nintendo. You know, Hulk Hogan was wrestling, Nintendo was video games for that era.
Yeah.
So I think they could have done anything with him, but because you could put Hulk Hogan's name on the marquee, you still draw in a certain audience, a certain level of an audience. So they didn't need to do anything good. They just needed to get Hogan's name on the.
It was a very different thing. You were literally buying it for the shiny wrapper, not for the shitty tasting sweet inside.
But where they are, like here, despite the kind of weird nostalgia I have for, like proper Dayglow Sting and Rick Steiner and all that, the Dangerous Alliance. Because the Dangerous Alliance, man, how good a stable were they? They were cracking. I didn't even really kind of pay attention to him, but I just knew about Paulie Dangerously because he had a really cool name.
I think Cameron likes the Dangerous Alliance.
I do like the Dangerous Alliance.
But there's just nothing done with it. It's just... ugh.
Here's the most important question of all. Is this the worst show we have watched?
What's bottom of the league?
Bottom of the league is...
I don't remember.
Is there not the other WCW show?
It is World War III. Now, I say World War III is better than this because it's got William Regal acting like a goofball in the...
I would put this... World War III is better than this because at least World War III had a little bit of variety.
Yep, this is the drizzling shits.
Then above that is Halloween Havoc 96. So basically, all of our WCW pay-per-views are at the bottom so far.
Shocking.
It would be madness to do any more.
No, we're going to do more of these because God damn it, we're going to find a good one. Yeah. God damn it, we are. I swear, Simon Stevens, can you hear me? You screwed us over this time, but we're going to find a good one.
Can you hear me? I'm standing right behind you right now.
Yeah, Euan's going to kill you.
Careful.
Not right now. We're going to wait till we've got like a big listenership, and then we'll come back on the death list. Like in Kill Bill. Kill Stevens.
Kill Steve.
That's what
The
point is, this was a bad wrestling show.
I think bad's been too kind to the word bad.
But what makes it really worse is that there's a really good idea buried at underneath all the slurry. There's a really good idea.
Buried under the slurry, a mental image.
Buried under the slurry.
Buried under the slurry.
The slurry that is
dead bodies
Eric Bischoff.
and carnage, and Eric Bischoff's white teeth. There's a really good idea for a wrestling show under here.
Yep.
But it's just completely ruined by just stupid booking left, right, and centre. And Arachnaman. It's got Arachnaman in it. It can't go anywhere else other than the bottom.
So
I love me a daft gimmick, but Arachnaman, come on.
Where are we going next?
Well, according to the planning board, Cameron, it's your pick next.
I know. And this is where I'm kind of debating.
Uh-oh.
Come on, double down on it. Come on.
I think I'm just going to go for it.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Please don't.
Well.
What are we going for?
In the call, the clarion call you've just given, Phil, is we want...
Hang on.
We want a decent WCW pay-per-view, yeah?
Yeah.
So I think we're not moving too far away from Starrcade 91. We're going to May 1992. So we've done the Rumble 92, we've done Starrcade 91. We've kind of gone either side of it now. We're going to go to May 1992. I have a fantastic memory of watching the main event of this show on a VHS tape round at my mate Chris's house after school one night and being absolutely blown away by the main event being the best laid out gimmick match I've ever seen in my life.
Name it. What is the pay-per-view, Cameron?
We're doing Wrestle War 92.
Oh my god.
Because it contains the War Games match at the end between Sting's squadron of Sting, Barry Windham, Dustin Rhodes, Ricky Steamboat and Nikita Koloff against the Dangerous Alliance of Steve Austin, Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Bob Eaton and Larry Zbyszko.
Okay, that sounds actually that it might be good.
Are you saying that we're going back-to-back WCW?
We're going back-to-back WCW because here's the thing.
We've never gone back-to-back WCW.
I was going into tonight going, why is there 2 rings? 2 rings is a stupid idea. Why the hell would you need 2 rings? It's just ridiculous. Because for tonight's pay-per-view, there really was no reason for it, and it was all convoluted. For War Games, there's a reason for it. Because once you stick a cage over the top of those 2 rings, and it's got a roof on, and you allow 2 teams to, start off 1-on-1, and then one team gets an advantage and adds another one for 2-on-1, and you alternate until all 5 members are in the ring, and you can only win by submission. It becomes something else entirely. You've also got the Steiner brothers for a tag team match to determine the number 1 contenders for the IWGP Tag Team Championship.
Indeed.
You've got
what?
Yeah.
This was WCW New Japan's first relationship.
Yep, you've got they're going against Tatsumi Fujinami and Takayuki Iizuka.
Iizuka, yep.
This will easily be Al's favourite pay-per-view we've ever done because he's got all of his favourite things on it.
Bong.
You've got Ron Simmons versus Mr. Hughes.
Oh God!
Oh boy, beef.
Yep. You've got the
2 slabs of beef just going bosh.
You've got the Freebirds versus Teddy Taylor and Greg Valentine for the WCW United States Tag Team Championships.
That's what we want.
You've got Johnny B. Bad versus Tracy Smothers.
Oh no!
Classic.
You've got Scotty Flamingo, i.e. Raven, versus Marcus Alexander Bagwell. So yeah, it's
back-to-back WCW.
Back-to-back WCW, baby. We've got to find a decent one. So let's have a chance on this.
And this is it for, well, I'm not even going to... I just looked at what my next pick is, so I better not say anything right now.
You missed the match out, Cam.
Did I?
You missed a few matches out, actually.
Well, I was only
Let's save it for next. Let's save it for next time.
I just want to mention one.
Next show.
Go on.
You've got Todd Champion wrestling again.
God bless him.
He's taken on the Super Invader.
Oh God.
Oh yes.
Is that the same as the Super Ninja, or is that a different character?
Do we know who the Super Invader is?
Hercules.
It's another payday.
Hey!
If he's wearing short shorts, I'm not watching it.
Pictures of a close-up
on
his face.
Oh, he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
But
fantastic.
Before we go,
what a show!
as we've discussed, absolutely terrible wrestling. Has anyone watched TakeOver yet?
No, I've skipped a lot of modern stuff because I was too busy watching this.
If you watch anything, right? If you watch one match from TakeOver, don't watch Backlash. Was shit.
But the greatest champion ever's been crowned.
Shut the fuck up.
Three-man band.
Shut the fuck up.
They should still do a triple threat match for the title, but keep going.
I hope Jinder Mahal breaks his neck in the ring. That's what I'm saying it right now.
Come on.
Oof, harsh.
Not really.
WLC forever. I'll defend that match to my dying breath.
That's nice, Phil. But go watch Pete Dunne against Tyler Bate.
Oh, I've heard lots of people giving that plaudits.
It's JR and Nigel McGuinness in commentary. If that doesn't sell it to you, nothing else will.
No, I wanted to watch that one, yeah, because that was cool.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Excellent. A certain person, i.e. me, on this podcast, is going to go and watch Tyler Bate wrestle in Carlisle on the 17th of June.
I'm kind of jealous of you.
With Trent Seven.
I didn't realise he was coming.
Yeah, it's Trent Seven and Tyler Bate in a Target next month.
Mustache
wrestling each other, or?
I don't know yet, but they're on the card.
I imagine so.
Oh, see, I'm going with Craig and Jess.
Oh, I don't want to go, man.
Also, this Sunday as well, they're announcing who the commissioner for Fear and Loathing is.
For Fear and Loathing 10, yeah. I know who I want. I know who I want it to be.
Who do you want it to be?
I'd love it with the
Magnum TA.
Yeah. With the relationship between WWE at the moment and ICW, I'd love it to be William Regal for a night.
Oh my god! Oof. Could you imagine?
That would be amazing.
I'm hoping for Rachnaman.
Ali's dead.
No,
stuff for gimmick.
Anyone can wear that suit. It's fine.
Yeah, they could put the Hardys in it again. Remember when the Hardys were the Conquistadores? They were the Conquista Hardys.
Yes.
Oh, and then they were beaten by the Conquista Edge and Christian.
They were indeed.
I feel just in that as well.
You could have a Conquista Acraman.
Could you have a stutter?
I can't even say it.
Nope.
I'm so surprised.
Conquista Acraman. Acraman? It's because I'm drinking red cola. It's making me go funny.
I'm so surprised WWE didn't hire Magnum TA in 1999.
What do you mean?
Because I thought, Vince Russo would have loved that. He's called Magnum TA.
Magnum TA, that's what he would have called him.
So, yes, I'm surprised that.
Well, yeah, they could have. But they didn't. Because he's obviously they must have watched this pay-per-view and went, it doesn't do much, does he?
Doesn't do much, does he? No. Well, since that car crash, jeez.
We'll just have to make a tag team called TNA instead, won't we?
Do that.
Probably, yeah.
Rest in peace, Test. Rest in peace.
Oh, dear. Remember when they called old Test fans testicles?
Yep.
Dear God.
In fact, I'm actually watching a show that is probably going to be my pick when it comes to myself.
Uh-oh.
The testicle signs are out.
Nice.
All right, okay.
I have to find out. There's that sound clip about Test. I forgot what it was now. They keep saying, on one show did. They kept saying, Jim Ross was saying about Test, and they just kept dropping it in whenever Test was mentioned.
Yeah.
You have to find that and cut it in here and then cut out me rambling about it, the clip.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that damn Test.
That damn Test, that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it.
That damn Test.
Damn Test.
Incredible.
That damn Test.
Oh, yes. There you go. Anyway, that is done for another show.
That's just done. So if you want to inflict pain on us,
please don't.
Join us on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll do another listener request.
If we ever get another listener request, make it a good one.
It's going to get vetted though.
It's going to get power of veto. No veto on the listeners. If it comes in, we've got to do it because we've got to be kind to our audience.
I've got a feeling that we've got a listener called Little Geordie, and he's going to request WrestleMania 9.
For fuck's sake. Little Geordie.
Why, Little Geordie, where's your penis gaining sentience?
What a horrific note to finish on.
I don't know.
Have you ever seen the film One-Eyed Monster?
Yes.
No.
It's about they're in a cabin in the woods and Ron Jeremy's there for some reason. And his alien comes down and possesses Ron Jeremy's penis and he goes around killing everybody in the cabin.
It's tremendously bad.
And they can only kill it by some woman has sex with it because she's got a good enough vagina, I forget now. And then makes it explode.
Such a bad film.
Because it can't cope.
Oh man.
I'm just picturing that but with Geordie Howe now.
Wow. Just wow.
So, a more graphic end to the podcast I don't think we've ever had.
No, not really.
I'm making me nighttime coffee.
Okay.
On your cell, Al.
Is that a slang for remembering a wank?
I hope. I hope
Have you
not.
ever wanked into one of the small kettles before? It's a challenge.
What, from like the other side of the room?
No, I do it out in the hall.
Waving to people that will pass. Hi, evening, how are you? Yes. That time of the night again. We've all done it.
Then I poured the little milk so my balls is great.
Oh,
I'll cut all that out.
Yes.
We'll have ended a long time before we get to this point.
no way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Conquistadores have left the building.
Sound effects right there.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, the kettle's nearly boiled there.
Good show. Good show. Oh Christ. Anyway.
Yes. On that note. Bill's gone.
We broke Phil.
Wait, he's got to try the coffee first. Then we can finish. And he's got to try a little pack of biscuits as well.
Are the custard creams out?
Oreos.
Oh,
wow.
Jesus.
What kind of... He's in a posh hotel.
Good Lord. There we go.
Fascinating.
I can't hear you very well. The kettle's very noisy.
Oh dear God.
How... Did he fill the whole thing up for just one cup of coffee?
Well, it's a small kettle, so...
That's quite energy inefficient. You should just do like enough for your one cup and that's it, shouldn't you?
It's not paying for your electricity. Go for it.
That's a fair point, yeah. Why not?
Turn on all the lights,
you know,
the telly, the hairdryer, why not?
Brush your teeth with the tap running, go full luxury. Sounds like a proper barista thing going on there.
Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm just wondering how much this I can put into the podcast. If I can have like the entire thing or just like a little snippet.
No, don't put the entire thing on. Thank God, no.
And what you should do is put a 5 minute gap in.
the end.
Here's what you do: put a 5 minute gap in at the end, then just put this audio in.
A little jingle. Do, 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 do. Now it's time for Al's cup of coffee. Ah, lovely. Do, 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 do.
Today's episode
now
sponsored by
I've had
Premier.
his cup of coffee. How long does kettle boil for, man? It's ridiculous.
I think it's coming now.
Is it?
Right, I'm going to jump off, guys.
Okay, Euan, I'll see you.
I'm not stimulating anybody.
Stimulating?
Right, I'm going to go because I think he's having a one.
No, I'm not. I'm just. There we go. I'm stirring it now. There we go. That's nice. I'll go wash my spoon. You need a clean spoon.
I swear to God, Al doing a cooking show would be the best thing.
We'll dry it on my towel. There we go. The spoon's clean. And then I can get into bed with my Oreos.
There you go.
I've got a packet of McCoy's crisps. Do I take them as well?
Oh, what flavour of McCoys, Al? Just for the benefit of...
Sweet chili.
Oh, no.
No, sweet Thai chicken, something like that. It is.
No. You want your steak flavour.
No, your Thai sweet chickens, they're a 9 out of 10, they are. Yeah.
No.
I can send you a link on for Metacrispic, and they're like a 9 out of 10.
Arachnaman now going up top.